Some people think power is a big V8 engine, or a politician shouting on the telly. But they are wrong. Proper power, real power, is a floating city made of steel. It's an airfield that moves at 30 knots across any ocean on Earth, carrying enough explosive force to end a small country. I am of course talking about the aircraft carrier. These things are the absolute kings of the sea. They are not just ships, they are mobile pieces of a nation's territory, projecting strength wherever they go. They are the final word in any argument, and they have been for decades. For years, the Americans have been the undisputed champions of building these colossal machines. They just kept making them bigger, better, and more frightening. Imagine a runway, but one that can appear off the coast of anywhere at any time, ready to launch the fastest, most advanced jets in the world. This is not science fiction. This is what an aircraft carrier does. It's a statement. It says, "We are here." Don't even think about it. It's the ultimate deterrent, a 4.5-acre slice of sovereign power that can sail into your backyard. And that is a very, very serious piece of kit. Now you might think, well, they've been around for a while, what's new? And that's a fair question. But just when you think they've reached the peak, the Americans go and build something that makes everything else look like a toy boat in a bathtub. They have built a new one. A machine so vast, so advanced, and so powerful, it redefines the very idea of what a warship can be. It's called the USS Gerald R. Ford, and it is, to put it mildly, the most ambitious, most complicated, and most staggeringly impressive machine ever to float. This isn't just another ship with a flat top. Oh no. The USS Gerald R. Ford is a quantum leap. It is the beginning of a whole new chapter in naval history. It's like going from a horse and cart straight to a Bugatti Veyron. Every single part of it has been rethought, redesigned, and supercharged. It is packed with technology that sounds like it was stolen from a Star Trek script. It is, without a shadow of a doubt, the ultimate sea giant, a testament to human engineering and a clear signal of absolute naval dominance for the 21st century. And it is brilliant. So, how big are we talking? Well, try to get your head around this. The USS Gerald R. Ford is 337 meters long. That's longer than 3 football pitches laid end to end. If you stood it on its end, it would be taller than the Eiffel Tower. It weighs 100,000 tons. That is the same as 400 of the biggest blue whales you can find. It is, in every single measurable way, enormous. A true monster of the deep, except it stays on the surface, which is probably for the best. You wouldn't want to bump into this thing while you're out for a swim. This floating behemoth is powered by not 1 but 2 nuclear reactors. Think about that. Nuclear. This means it can sail around the world for about 25 years without ever needing to stop for fuel. Its top speed is officially listed as over 30 knots, which is naval talk for very, very fast indeed. And it doesn't just sail alone, it carries things, important things. Like over 75 of the most advanced fighter jets, helicopters, and surveillance aircraft on the planet. It's a hornet's nest, and the Hornets are F-35s. To run this city at sea, you need a lot of people. But here's the clever bit. Even though it's bigger and does more, the Ford actually needs fewer people to run it than the older ships. Thanks to a lot of clever automation, it has a crew of about 4,500 people. That's still the population of a small town, all living and working on this single vessel, but it's hundreds fewer than the previous Nimitz-class carriers. This means it's more efficient, costs less to run over its lifetime, and is just a smarter design all around. It's bigger, but it's also cleverer. When you see it next to other ships, its scale is just comical. Even other massive warships look like tugboats trying to keep up. It's a statement of intent made from pure steel and nuclear fire. The shadow it casts over the water is a symbol of its power. When this ship arrives, the strategic balance of an entire region shifts. It is not just a ship, it is a geopolitical event. And there is nothing else on the water that can match its sheer presence. It is, quite simply, in a class of its own. What really sets the Ford apart, though, isn't just its size, it's the brain power. This thing is crammed with revolutionary new technology. For decades, aircraft carriers have used steam catapults to fling jets off the deck. It was a violent, clunky system that worked, but it was old-fashioned. The Ford says goodbye to all that steam and says hello to magnets. It uses something called the Electromagnetic Aircraft Launch System, or EMALS. It's basically a giant, incredibly powerful magnetic slingshot that launches jets more smoothly and quickly. It's properly futuristic stuff. And what goes up must come down. Landing a jet on a moving ship is one of the hardest things a pilot can do. They basically have to crash with style and hope a big hook catches a wire. The old system was a brute force hydraulic setup. The Ford again does it better. It uses the Advanced Arresting Gear, or AAG, a clever computer-controlled system that can slow down landing aircraft with more precision. This means less stress on the planes and the pilots. It also means it can handle a wider variety of aircraft, from heavy fighters to lightweight future drones. All this new tech has one major goal: to get more planes in the air faster. This is called the sortie generation rate. The Ford can launch and recover aircraft about 25% more efficiently than the older Nimitz-class ships. That may not sound like much, but in a conflict, being able to launch a quarter more missions every day is a massive, game-changing advantage. It means more firepower, more protection, and more options. It is the difference between winning and losing. It's like having an extra gear in a race car. Other countries are watching this very closely. France, for example, is building its own new aircraft carrier, the Pyongyang. It will be a huge ship, the biggest they've ever built. And what technology are they buying from the Americans to put on it? You guessed it, the emails and AAG systems. When your rivals are so impressed with your new toys that they decide to buy them for their own top-of-the-line projects, you know you've done something right. The Ford isn't just a ship, it's setting the global standard for the next 50 years. So what does this all mean for the future? It means that despite what some people say, the aircraft carrier is not going away. In fact, it's becoming more important than ever. In a world where things are getting a bit tense, with countries like China now operating 2 carriers at once in the Pacific, having a ship like the USS Gerald Ford is a very, very big deal. It is a clear message that America intends to remain the world's foremost naval power. It's the top card in a very high-stakes game. The Ford class is designed for the future. The extra electrical power generated by its new reactors, the advanced launch systems, and the flexible deck space are all there for a reason. They are there to accommodate the weapons of tomorrow. We are talking about laser weapons, railguns, and fleets of sophisticated unmanned drones that will fly alongside piloted jets. This ship isn't just built for the aircraft of today, it's built for the aircraft and systems of 2050 and beyond. It's a platform designed to evolve. This ship represents a massive investment, and it has had its share of teething problems. Building something this new and this complex is never easy. But the result is a vessel that will define naval warfare for the next half-century. The 10 planned ships of the Ford class will form the backbone of the U.S. Navy for generations. They are a staggering commitment to sea power, ensuring that no matter what challenges arise on the world's oceans, they will have the ultimate tool for the job. It is a long-term strategy made real in 100,000 tons of steel. In summary then, the USS Gerald Ford is more than just the world's biggest aircraft carrier. It is a technological masterpiece. It is faster, more efficient, more powerful, and smarter than anything that has come before it. It has rewritten the rulebook on naval aviation. It is a floating fortress, a mobile airbase, and a symbol of incredible engineering ambition. It is, and I don't say this lightly, the most significant warship of the 21st century. And on that bombshell, it's fair to say, the age of the supercarrier is here to stay.